All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Crypto Wander 5813. Much love to you, man. Truck's not back yet, but it's getting repaired. It's all good. Thank you for that, man. Hope you have a good Friday. They call me the king. Much love to you, man. Happy Friday. Time Attack. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for modding. Thank you for smashing the like button on your way in. Yes, guys, please do hit the like button. If you do get any sort of insight into the market from this live stream, please hit the like button. Please share the videos and subscribe to the channel. Chad P, I love to hear this, man. Your TA is super helpful. Thanks a bunch. Chad, that's awesome, man. And the reason why I do this really is to just share my experience in the market and share, my views on the market with you guys. So I love to hear this. Love it. Mr. Rekachun, happy Friday to you. Hope you guys are all having a good Friday. I hope you guys have a good weekend as well. Lil Rick 69, Patrick Schooner, and Quiles, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. R Pink, much love to you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for modding, and thank you for doing an excellent job as always. And what you said here is super, super important. Remember, everyone, the most important thing to trading is risk management. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It really is, guys. Risk management is super, super important. And actually, I want to speak about that because earlier today, I missed the SFP. I had a really busy morning. I missed the SFP this morning, but I let you guys know in the Telegram, we could get a short off of the Golden Pocket retrace. And let me throw on that Golden Pocket. I think I deleted it. If we go from the SFP high to that low that was made shortly after, and you look at that Golden Pocket, we came right up to that Golden Pocket and we started to reject from that Golden Pocket. Now, once we started to reject there, I actually took the short once we lost $64,000, once we lost the 618. So my short that I'm in a short from right around, actually it's a little bit higher than that even. It's around right here where that 618 is. And my stop loss is above that wick high, not the overall wick high. And I'm looking, because this does kind of look corrective right now on very low time frames. It looks like we could be seeing this 3-wave corrective move to just take out this low. And then we might continue pushing up here. So even though I'm in a short trade, you can see this short trade is a 7-to-1 risk to reward ratio on a super small scalp, just down to our POC down here. Now, I will let that run. I will let that run if we do. And like I said in the Telegram, if we start to bounce from the VWAP again, I'm going to pull 50% or probably 25% of the trade out and put my stop loss to break even. And even if you took the Golden Pocket short with your stop above the wick high, obviously we would want to be targeting some lower targets down below us. I would be looking to target, because we're inside of the value area. You can see on the hourly chart, and yes, this is the Coinbase chart, and I know Coinbase has been having some issues, but you can see no even hourly candle closes above the value area high. We just had that wick this morning to grab liquidity of our double high, double top with a weekend high here. This is a weekend high that was made on a Sunday, June 7th. So if we start to lose the POC of this range, we could see a much bigger drop to the downside, and I would actually be looking at potentially seeing a move down to take out some of this liquidity trail that was open. We can also pull our Fibonacci Golden Pocket, and you can see that Golden Pocket would be coming in towards the bottom of the channel, and it would be grabbing this kind of liquidity trail that's been created since Thursday. So, and that's a good risk to reward ratio, but you want to make sure your risk to reward ratio is about a 1-to-3. I try to take a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio and higher. And then you always want to lock in some profit, move your stop to break even to protect that position, and you can leave a little bit to run. And speaking of risk management, it is so important, guys. You can actually lose 70% of your trades and still be profitable if you are taking that 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio and using proper position sizes calculated based off of that stop loss. You can literally lose more than you win and still be profitable. Actually, the other week, I was hopping on Jason Casper's live stream, and Jason is an excellent, excellent professional trader. And he was talking about for the past 3 months, he's only got a 46% win rate, but he's up, tens of thousands, $100,000 in profit in the last few months because his risk to reward ratio is like some 1 to 3 or much higher even sometimes. He takes these really good risk reward ratios. So even though he has about a 40% win rate, he's very, very profitable in his trades because he knows how to use proper risk management. And honestly, guys, the one thing that you, if you're going to do trading, the one thing that you do need to understand is risk management, how to calculate your position sizes, guys. And so one of the important things with calculating position size is you base it off your stop loss, right? So if I shorted rate in here earlier, stop goes above that wick high, you can see it's a very, very small stop loss, a 0.14% stop loss. And let's just say that I have a $1,000 account. That's not my actual account size, but I'm going to use that. It's easy round number. We're going to use that. So you're risking 1%. Generally, you want to risk 1 to 3% per trade. So if I'm risking 1%, 1% of $1,000 is $10. That's what I'm risking per trade. That means if I get stopped out, I'm going to lose $10. And then you want to divide that by this number here, your stop loss number, this number, 0.145. But since it's in a percentage, you got to move the decimal over 2 places. So we would do $10 divided by 0.00145 because you're moving that decimal over 2 places. And I can actually throw $6,000, pretty much $6,900 on the trade. And if I get stopped out, I'm only going to lose $10. Now, this is where risk comes in, or where leverage comes into play, because you said, wait a second, Divine Hood, you just said it was only a $1,000 account. How are you going to get $7,000 to put on this position? That's when you can crank up the leverage to 7x or higher, maybe, crank it up to 10x to leave some margin in your account free for another trade. But that is when, I could 7x long or 7x short my entire account here. And if I get stopped out, I'm only going to lose about $10. And of course, there's fees and things like that you have to take into account. But for the most part, if you get that rough calculation, that rough estimate of your position size properly, that is when you can actually lose a lot. Guys, I've lost a lot of little scalp trades the last week overall, but I'm still profitable on the week because your one big good trade that plays out, you might get, 7-8% profit, and maybe you got stopped out 3 or 4 times and lost 4%. You're still up on the week. So that is why risk management is absolutely key. I really do thank you for bringing that up right away, R-Pink. I think it's pivotal in trading. You could have all your TA right. You can win. I think, guys, I was looking earlier this week. I think I had won 18 trades in a row. And my first I had my first loss, a couple losses earlier this, I think it was yesterday I lost one, and the day before that I lost one. But you don't, it's really just based off your stop loss. It's based off your risk management. And you can win 18 trades in a row. This is not the case with me, by the way, but you can win 18 trades in a row. And then if you lose that 19th trade and you didn't have proper risk management, it can delete all 19 of those all 18 of those wins. So stop loss percentage, position size, it's important. Risk management is important. Rigged outcome, much love to you. Not quicker. What's up? It's good to see you in here. Seokin, intro that slaps. Yeah, thank you, man. I like that music as well, Seokin, and happy Friday to you. All right. Chi-chan, much love to you. What's going on, hoodies? Really excited to see what Ryan has to say today. Yeah, you guys, so I'm going to go into that zigzag correction that we were talking about. Actually, let's just go into that a little bit right now. So we were talking about earlier in the week, I think I talked about this on Monday, how we could see a bounce from the bottom of this channel. And I had this put on even before we started pushing up all the way here. There is a possibility we could keep pumping to our very key resistance area up above us, where I would then be expecting a dump to take out the lows. But we are finding we're SFPing these highs. And if we look at this move, it looks corrective to me, the same sort of corrective channel that on the higher time frames we just saw for the past 4 months. If you look at this channel that we just lost, it is very similar, that kind of corrective move with a lot of choppy overlap, and then you get the big dump to the downside. So we're looking at pretty much a fractal of the higher time frame move on the lower time frame. And that's kind of what I'm basing my bias on right now, is it does look like a fractal of what's happening. And let's just talk about that then. ABC target, ABC correction target. Well, if you're looking at this being a zigzag correction, whether it's an ABC or a WXY, you're looking at between the, if you take a trend-based Fibonacci extinction from the lows to the highs to the higher lows, and you're looking at targets between the 1-to-1 and the 1.236 Fibonacci. Well, what do we see here? We see that our 1-to-1 trend-based Fibonacci extinction is exactly at the pitchfork band, which we also know that we have a 382 Fibonacci. Let me see, where's that at? Let me get rid of some of this. We have a 382 Fibonacci up there and a 0.5 Fibonacci as well. So that is, yeah, right there. You can see that is our target zone in this general area. And then I have this box expanded a little bit because the value area low of our 4-month long range is at the bottom of the box, and your POC of the 4-month long range is at the top of the box. But we could see this continue to move up here until we hit into this resistance. Now, the minimum target for an ABC correction is hitting the 618. Look at what we did today, guys. We finally came up. We hit the value area high of our week-long range, or our range that goes back to Wednesday, June 3rd. And we SFP'd weekend highs into the value area high and into our 618 trend-based Fibonacci extinction. So technically, the high could be in here. We have satisfied the minimum target for that zigzag correction, and we could dump from here and start to, you know, make another aggressive move to the downside. We have hit the 618, and that is at the value area high of the range. And we know, as far as volume profile trading goes, if you reject the value area high, you expect to move down to POC. And if you lose the POC, you expect to move down to value area low. And if we look at the value area low, we have some confluence of our 786 that's close by there. We have this fair value gap that would be in there. But I would not really want to lose our golden pocket at 62K. 62K golden pocket, you'd want to see a bounce. And in that scenario, we could be looking at a 1-2, 1-2, and then you maybe push up, get a 3, and then we get some 4 5s, 4 5s coming up, you know, because we can come all the way up to 68.5. That is on the larger daily time frame. Our wave 4 correction could push all the way up to $68,500. So this could extend a little bit, or we could see just this range kind of become a more complex range where we're going to reject, we're going to come up again, and then see a move down, taking out this these double lows, another move up. Like, we could just see this thing start to get a little bit longer here and more sideways and flat. But yeah, I mean, we've hit that 618. We've SFP'd that weekend highs. And I talk about weekend highs and weekend lows a lot on the channel, because when we generally see these weekend highs and weekend lows, they do not stay intact. And on Monday of this week, after we made a Sunday high, we came up and we pretty much double topped on almost every exchange. You did not take out that high. Actually, I think on every exchange, you didn't take out that high. You can see Bybit didn't take out that weekend high until today. Binance didn't take out that weekend high, but it was very close. Double top, right? And finally now we're taking out that double top. What do we have at the bottom, guys? We have a double bottom here. Yes, the technically it was an SFP. You can see we wicked past it. But it's such a shallow SFP that they probably didn't stop out all the people that put their stop loss below that low, because generally you'll leave a little bit of breathing room. And so anyone that longed, like in this area here, you know, say they have their stop, they're going to put their stop a little, they're going to give it a little bit of breathing room below that low, and you're not going to get stopped out. You're going to almost get stopped out, or maybe if you put it exactly on the low, you got stopped out. But Bybit, or Coinbase, excuse me, it was like a $5 move. It was like a $5 low, and that's pretty much a double bottom. So you can see the low here, 67.08. And if we look at the low here, it's at 67.13. So yeah, $5, guys, like less than $5. That is a double bottom to me. That is not a true liquidity grab. With a true liquidity grab, you want to see it move up a couple $100 on Bitcoin above that high. And that's what we're seeing there this morning. Okay, let me see here. Dr. X, much love to you. T. Jared Fath, thank you for being here. Much love to you. Fat Sonic, I'm in shorting BTC, but I kind of hope BTC goes higher. Yeah, I'm in on a local short scalp as well. Now, if we go higher, we go higher. I'll be looking for a bigger day trade to swing trade short up in this general area. 66,000, and then if we break above that, 68.5. But that could be a really, really good trade if we see something like a short from here. Maybe we're going to put our stop depending on where we reject, and I would be looking to come down to 57.9. We could see a very nice, big move. Let's see how much that would be. About a $8,000 dump to the downside. We could see, and potentially it could continue lower as well. Could continue down to 56. And it's all about risk management, right? It's all about confirmations. As we're coming up into this purple box, if we do continue pushing up here in that ABC correction or zigzag correction, as we're coming up to the top of the channel, I'm going to want to see bear divs between the two major highs on like the 4-hour or 8-hour time frame. But on the lower time frames, as we're continuing this chop in here, making higher highs and higher lows, I'm going to also want to see bear divs between all of this in like the 1 hour and under. And then maybe on the daily time frame, we get that momentum wave that's topped out with a big red dot or some local bear divs on NAMI, because NAMI does confirm a lot quicker than Market Cipher. Speaking of NAMI, we do have bear divs on the 4-hour on NAMI. Today, you can see higher highs in the price action, and from that high, we have lower highs in the momentum waves. Money flow is still curving up on both Market Cipher and NAMI, and that is a bit concerning here because if we don't lose the POC, we are likely to continue higher because of that money flow. The 1-hour time frame, we have some bear divs locally and regionally. Let me just clean this chart up just a second here. Let's turn this off for now and hide this for now. But you can see locally on the chart, as we're coming up here in this grind, 1, 2, 3 higher highs, we have lower highs in the momentum wave. So we have some bear divs confirmed. You can see multiple drives of bear div confirmed here as well on NAMI on the 1-hour chart. But even more regionally from this weekend high, or just from really it's from this high, but you can see we have some regional bear divs as well. And then NAMI, it's not as much, but you do see those regional bear divs in there. Really, that is kind of pushing it far for the 1-hour time frame, but that's when you can zoom out to higher time frames. Going on to the 8-hour time frame, which for me, the 8-hour time frame is very important to look at money flow. For some reason, the 8-hour money flow just gives us good signals. And you can see on Market Cipher here, on the 8-hour, our money flow is starting to turn down again. It's starting to come out again. And so if this momentum wave tops and this money flow starts to come out in the next, maybe with an 8-hour red candle close, we could see this thing start to roll over and at least come to the bottom of the channel, or maybe even, see new lows come in. Yeah. And on NAMI on the 8-hour time frame, you can see that we do have the bear divs here. Money flow is already starting to roll down. Bearish divergences, money flow starting to roll down here on the 8-hour time frame. So yeah, we might see this roll over from this SFP, but it's not looking too, as far as right now, it's not looking too bad. And we still haven't even come down and hit the VWAP, but I will say this, all of this choppiness looks corrective so far. Now, could it be that this is a wave 1, wave 2, and then we're inside the wave 3, we're going to get a double 1-2, a 1-2, 1-2, and then we're going to break down and then see some 4-5s, maybe with internal liquidity grabs, we get those 4s and 5s. And then from there, that would be your third wave. And then you would expect a bigger fourth wave retracement, probably up to the termination point of the lower degree wave 4s. And then you would see that last impulse in a wave 5, seeing that overall 5-wave structure come in here. That's what we would want to see if we're really going to dump, but we need to lose our POC. We need to start closing hourly candles below the POC. And I do think we will get some reactions at these internal liquidity grab levels. This one being the big one, but we'll just play it step by step. First, we have to lose VWAP, then we have to lose the POC of the range. Okay, let me go on the chat here, see how you guys are doing. Dr. X, you're tuning in from Belgium. That's awesome, man. Dylan Wadia, much love to you. Thank you for being here. Okay, they front ran my limit order at 64.5. I was watching. Dang, man. Well, here's the thing. With the way to trade an SFP, a swing failure pattern, is you want to see a pierce above that level, and like a good pierce, not a $5 pierce above the level, right? You want to see a pierce of $100 or more on Bitcoin, or just, you know, you want to see a wick that leaves above that level. As soon as you start to lose that level, you can enter the short trade. Now, some people, like I personally, will wait for like a 5-minute candle close below that level. But it's you wick above it. As soon as you start to lose it, that's when you put your stop above the high. And once again, you're giving it a little bit of breathing room above that high. And then you're targeting, you know, even targeting the POC of the range because you're rejecting value area high. That's a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio there on that SFP. And then this could turn into a much larger trade, right? This could turn in, and the reason why SFPs are so profitable and so sought after in trading is because it gives you such good risk management. Like, it's the easiest risk management trade there is, right? Because you know you have a clear stop. You have a clear invalidation for that trade. You're just putting it above that SFP high. But the way to trade that is once it pierces and then starts to lose it, that's when you can enter. So I understand you missed the trade because you had it set at 64,500, but that in some ways is a way more risky than waiting for the confirmation, right? Because this could have went like this, maybe a small SFP and then kept going, right? Or it breaks above the level, it actually back tested as support, and then you keep going. You don't necessarily always get the SFP, right? There's failed swing failure patterns. So that is why 64.5 was a much riskier trade. Even though you would have got a better entry, you probably would have got an entry pretty much close to the top of the SFP. But I just want to give you that insight just in case, you know, for those SFP trades. Do you think these 1-2s are stacking up? Are you talking about, so Lil Rich, are you talking about on like the 1 hour time frame where this is like 1 2 1 2 and then we're going to go like this? Or are you thinking that on the lower time frames? Or are you even thinking this like a 1 2 1 2 1 2, you know, a bunch of 1-2s? I don't think that's the case. I don't think this is a bunch of 1-2s in here stacking up. And I don't think we're going to bust out and then see a bunch of 4-5s. To me, this looks a little bit more corrective. I mean, guys, it looks very, very similar to what we were seeing up here. And like, if we just take this, let me grab the bars pattern here. And if we take this and we look at, you know, what's going on here, and we shrink this down, just throw this on here. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. We got to shrink this up. Like, it looks very, very similar, right? It looks like we could be seeing something very similar where we're going to continue this corrective range. And in that C wave, you had all this choppy overlap and you kept just chopping, and you end it with that big push to the upside, right? So it does look very, very similar in many ways here. Okay, I'm personally head short. I'm cross, so I can long shitcoins, mostly focusing on hype long. Yeah, we'll cover hype. We'll cover some of the altcoins, guys, today. Jesus Save 77, God bless you and much love to you. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're going to have a good weekend as well. Warthog Thunderbolt, what's up, man? No worries about being late. It's good to see you in here as always. No, much love to you as well. Sorry that you're late as well. Don't worry, guys. We're just, you know, right now, just monitoring Bitcoin on the low time frames. We had that SFP. For those of you that were late, we did hit the trend-based Fibonacci extension. We hit that minimum target for an ABC or for a zigzag correction, right? So if this is going to be a zigzag correction, technically we've hit that minimum target and we SFP'd the weekend highs, and you took out your A wave or W wave high. And so this could roll over now. If you lose the POC, then you're most likely going to come down to your local golden pocket, which is at 62K, and that would be towards the bottom of the channel. It would also grab some liquidity that we have in here. And actually, let's take a look at our liquidation heat map. Yeah, you can see, look at where our local liquidity is resting, guys. The majority of the liquidity below us is below that 62.2K low. And you can see grabbing that liquidity would come right into that 62K golden pocket. So it was this low right here. We have a lot of liquidity right below that low if we're looking at the liquidation heat map. And by the way, we had a lot of liquidity that was resting above that Sunday high and Monday high, the double highs. Look at what happened. We just grabbed it all with that SFP this morning. So now we've taken out the local liquidity above us, and we have a lot of local liquidity below us. Do we see that move down to 62K to take out that liquidity? I mean, it's absolutely possible. More importantly, these double bottoms in here at 60,000, 60,500-ish, 60,600-ish, I would really like to come grab that liquidity. And let's just zoom out to the daily chart, and I'm going to go to a different chart on this. I'm going to go to the index chart because it's cleaner. But if we look at the daily time frame, there is like no wick at all on this daily candle, which is very, very rare. Very rare not to see a wick there, right? And of course, now you're going to have a daily level of support there at 61.5. That did create a new daily support, but man, it's just not likely. You don't likely see that a lot. And then of course we have our double bottom in here. All right, let's see. Mystery Matrix, much love to you. Been taking some banger trades, amazing TA, especially the private Telegram updates. Well, thank you, Mystery Matrix. I really appreciate that, man. I do think there is some good altcoin opportunities right now. There's some pretty good altcoin opportunities. I'll cover Injective for you guys. Hype as well. Guys, on Hype, we've been talking about that potential distribution pattern that we're seeing. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, it's still messing up on Coinbase, so let's go to the USDT chart on Bybit. But we talked about that move up to 61, but the big move I was talking about is this is our real rejection area at 67K or $67 pretty much, right? The SFP of this high, and we're looking at kind of that distribution type structure or a head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder in here. So if we come up, we SFP that high into the golden pocket, into our naked daily point of control, we could see a big move down. And another thing is you front ran your golden pocket just barely here, just barely front ran that golden pocket. So honestly, like because we front ran that golden pocket so closely and we're making a pretty decent move up right now, I do think that if we reject from 67, I don't think we're going to bounce there. Or you might get a small move, like, right? It's going to go like this. You might get an SFP into a naked daily golden pocket, and then you might get a move up like this before continuing down. But I think overall, this thing, if we reject from 67, we could see a pretty decent breakdown to the bottom of the pitchfork, you know, $44 or so. Locally, we are breaking above the golden pocket, but you can see it's more of like a slow time frame break. On the 4 hour, you're still just wicking in, you know, above the golden pocket. And remember that 702 pocket, Hori pocket, I call it. I mean, oftentimes now we're seeing wicks through the golden pocket to hit about the 702 level, the 725 level. So something to be aware of there. Yeah, money flow looks pretty good. You do have some local bear divs confirmed because it's starting to roll over here, and money flow is also starting to top out, but you can see you do have some local bear divs confirmed, and you have some local bear divs confirmed. You even have some money flow bear divs confirmed in here on the 1 hour. So I guess, let's go to the 4 hour again. I don't know if I would take this short right now. Yeah, I probably wouldn't take the short right now. You have potential 4 hour bear divs, but not confirmed yet. For me, the bigger level is going to be that 67K. And another thing I talked about yesterday with Hype is you could see a small rejection from here to come down and hit the midline of the pitchfork and then work your way up here. That would give you more time so that that pitchfork band is in alignment with that golden pocket. Because right now the golden pocket's a bit above the pitchfork band. Also, knowing we're going into the weekend, you might see a chop down throughout the night, you know, kind of some choppiness in here throughout the weekend. And then you kind of get that push up into the golden pocket and the pitchfork band there. And we can look at now, if that is the high, we'll pull a local golden pocket, and you can see that local golden pocket is going to be coming in at your pitchfork midline. So in this case, 56 point, what is that, 4? 56.4 to 56.09. Could be a little good scalp long trade. And then you would have even some liquidity, some internal liquidity from this little micro low here, this little flash crash low into that golden pocket. But that's only if we roll over from here and don't continue pushing up, because this might continue kind of pushing up here until we get up to that golden pocket, or at least the SFP here. Let's look at the 8-hour time frame. Yeah, and you know what? You saw bull divs on both NAMI and Market Cipher, and those 8-hour bull divs are playing out. We do not have the momentum waves topping out yet, so we're probably not going to see a rejection from here, guys. What we would like to see is if this does continue straight up from here and hit 67, then you could have some potential bear divs forming. If this does something like this, you could have some potential bear divs. Actually, no, you wouldn't have bear divs from there. I mean, this wouldn't be bear divs because you would have to get above this high. Okay, Boomdock St. John, welcome in, man. Dump already. Yeah, I wanted to dump already as well. Jojo, much love to you. Crypto Lover 7471. Gareth Soloway has a long with full TP at 73K. 73K. Do I think 73K is possible? I think it's very unlikely. Let me just say that. I think it's very, very unlikely. 73K all the way up here, huh? What I can say, and let me go to the index chart because it's cleaner. What I can say about this dump from 83K, from 82.8K, our highest amount of volume was in this move down. And if we look at our volume, this is based off Elliott waves, right? And in a wave 3, it's generally your longest, strongest, most volume-filled move to the downside. And you want to see that increase in volume as you're dumping to the downside. And we see that giant increase in volume. So what I've been looking at is this is an incomplete impulse. And remember, we were looking for the A, B, C correction. We rejected exactly from where we were supposed to, right? So if you pull a golden pocket from the 98K highs to the 60K lows, that is a 38% dump. So you need to make sure your golden pocket's based off log scale. And then you can see what happened. We rejected exactly from our logarithmic golden pocket. Also, there was a pitchfork there, right? There was a pitchfork level there. But if we look at a zigzag correction, an ABC correction, right? I'm not going to be perfect with that, but B and then C, right? You have that ABC correction. You're looking at your targets between the 1-to-1 and the 1.236 are your targets, your most common targets. So if we pull that trend-based Fibonacci extinction and we look at that, well, where did you reject? The 1-to-1 trend-based Fibonacci extinction, right? So perfect level to reject. And after a 3-wave zigzag correction, you're looking for an impulse down to take out the lows of your A wave. Now, technically, we have taken out the lows, but what's important to understand is this impulse done with? If it is, then yes, you could see a move up to 73K or even higher. But looking at this move, it doesn't look like it's done with. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a small move in a wave 1. We did get our wave 2 retracement, and I understand it's a very shallow in time and price retracement. So let me show you this. If we're counting this move from 82.8 down to 74,000 as our wave 1, you pull a Fibonacci retracement from the highs of the impulse to the lows of the impulse. Now your most common target for a wave 2 is to come up near golden pocket, right? Golden pocket 786. But the minimum target is to hit the 382. And in a strong trend, the 382 will reject you. Well, we're looking at this move from this low. This is the end of our wave 1. you did come up and you did reject from the 382, which acts as strong resistance in a strong downtrend. So you hit your minimum target for a wave 2, and then all of this was the wave 3, right? This is where the volume started to kick in aggressively, is from that high at $78,000. So you can see here we have a very clear wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and if you remember last Thursday, I was telling you guys this triangle is probably a wave 4. We had a wave 4 triangle that is very common to form in wave 4s, and then we had our 5th and final wave to the downside, grabbing the lows. And I even talked about this, I think it was 2 or 3 Mondays ago. I said, I bet we're going to end our wave 3 with grabbing the lows. We're going to see a move up to back test value area low, and then we're going to see a move down to 57K to 56K to finish this impulse. So overall, on the higher time frames, we're not done with the impulse yet. We're in a wave 4 correction, and this does look corrective. Guys, look at, as we're moving up, volume is decreasing here. That's the sign it's a corrective move. We have that corrective channel. And if we pull our volume profile of this entire range that has been 4 months long, you're below the value area low. You've closed weekly candles and daily candles below the value area low. So what do you often see in volume profile trading? After grabbing liquidity from the range lows, you will make a corrective move to backtest the value area low. And then if you reject, you expect new lows below this low, right? And so this is exactly what I'm expecting. And I said that this move here could take 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. And so far, it's playing out exactly like we're looking for. We're looking at taking out those 60K lows, just like we were looking for to end the wave 3, and we're in a wave 4 corrective move. So to come up to 73,000, let's just pull a Fibonacci from the highs of wave 3 to the lows of wave 3. And if we look at our golden pocket would be an invalidation for a wave 4 correction, right? Because if you hit the golden pocket of a wave 3, that invalidates the impulse. But even your golden pocket is at $70,000 to $71,500. Moving up to 73,000, man, it's very unlikely to me based off the Elliott wave impulse being incomplete. Okay. Now, after we make another low, I think we could move up past 82. I think the next macro low might be the end of the bear market. As far as time goes, it's not looking good, but as far as technical analysis goes, if we go to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are developing potential for weekly bull divs, right? You can see we have some potential for some weekly bull divs, and even very slight weekly bull divs already on NAMI here. So yeah, 73K, unlikely to me. Okay. Oh, thank you, R Pink, for that. Guys, I do want to take a second to shout out the partners of the channel real quick. So the main partner of the channel is BYDFI. They are a VPN and KYC free exchange. All you need is an email and a password to sign up. If you do sign up using my affiliate link in the description below, you'll get a minimum of 20% discounts on trading fees, and you can actually earn up to 40% discounts if you do deposit some large amounts into the exchange. They're offering up to $8,100 in futures trading bonuses just by trading USDT futures markets on the exchange. So it doesn't even have to be Bitcoin. It could be Bitcoin, it could be the altcoins, but just by trading on the exchange, depending on the amount of volume you move, you can earn up to $8,100 paid out in real Bitcoin or real USDT. Also, they're offering some of the best initial deposit bonuses in the entire industry. So if you deposit $100, you can get $50. That's a 50% bonus. Most exchanges give you $20 if you deposit 100. They're giving you 20% deposit bonuses up to $1,000 deposit, and they're giving you 10% deposit bonuses up to a $20,000 deposit, which is double what most exchanges do. So if you deposit $20,000, you can supercharge your account with an extra $2,000. You do need to KYC level 1 in order to qualify for the bonuses, but they are there for you if you want them. I've also partnered with BYDFI to create that Telegram community. It's a private community, but it is free. And in that community, I try to keep you guys updated throughout the day on Bitcoin, throughout the day on any altcoins I'm looking at. We set alerts a lot during these live streams. And then if alert goes off and I'm not streaming or I'm not making a video, I will do my absolute best to notify you guys in the Telegram, whether I'm taking the trade, whether I'm staying out of it, what's happening here. And so that Telegram Verify channel, that Telegram is a really nice way to keep updated on what I'm thinking throughout the day. You also can tag me, ask me questions in there. If you want to join the Telegram, all you have to do is join BYDFI using my affiliate link, deposit a minimum deposit of $100 or more. You can deposit more if you want to get some of the bigger bonuses. And once you've signed up and made that minimum deposit, you click the Telegram link in the description of this video. And in that Telegram verify channel, you type in /verify and then your BYDFI user ID. And that'll get you into the Telegram. So /verify in your user ID, that'll put you into the main Telegram. Second partner of the channel is Blowfin, and Blowfin is offering VIP 1 for 30 days. If you deposit, grab this. Okay. If you VIP 1 for 30 days, if you deposit $5, you can get a $10 voucher, and they're giving some pretty good initial deposit bonuses as well. $100 will get you 20. You know, BYDFI's giving you 50 there. 500 gets you 100, 1,000 gets you 200, 2,500, 500. And then if you deposit $10,000, you can get a $1,000 futures bonus. So if you use any of these links, any of these affiliates, it is a way to support the channel. It is a way to say thank you. You guys can also just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I have 2 KYC exchange partners. They're MEXC and Bybit. And then lastly, my last partner is NAMI Trading, which is this momentum and money flow indicator you see here at the bottom of your screen. And I use it for confirmations on trades. So like as we're coming down, if we're making bull divs or, you know, coming into a support level, I'm not just going to randomly long a support level because it's a support level. I want to see bear divs or bull divs on the chart if it's a long, and bear divs on the chart if it's a short, right? So as we were coming up to SFP this high today, you can see the SFP alone was worth it. I guess, wow, the index chart didn't take that. Okay, interesting. As we're coming up to SFP that high, you can see that NAMI was showing confirmed bear divs on the chart, multiple drives. So it gives me that confirmation to look for that short. So if you're interested in purchasing NAMI, I have a 50% off discount code. Just click the affiliate link, and when you're checking out on the website, in the discount code promotion box, type in Divine50, and you guys can get 50% off a lifetime subscription to NAMI. All right, let me hide this. Man, is Coinbase screwing up again? Yeah, Coinbase is screwing up again, guys. I do not know what's going on with Coinbase, but I hope they fix whatever's going on soon. Coinbase volume levels are the best to me. Hitting that VWAP right now. Let's look at our order flow. How do we look here? Not much, but look at, we are seeing trades closing out on this move here. If we start to bounce, if we close a 5-minute candle, if we bounce here and close a 5-minute candle green, I'm going to take some profit out just to lock in something. I would much rather see us continue down to the POC. Let me actually throw the POC on this chart. So looking at just this sideways range that's been developing for the past couple of weeks. Okay, wow, your POC's a lot lower. Hold on here. Yeah, your POC is a lot lower than on Coinbase, but you can see the Coinbase value area high is up at 63.9-ish, and your POC is at 63.4. If we go to Bybit, your value area high is at 63.4 or 63.3-ish. So, and then your POC, of course, is much, much lower. I like the Coinbase levels better, but Coinbase has been having some issues. Let's check the Binance chart and let's see how our Binance volume profile looks. Yeah, Binance volume profile is very similar to Coinbase. So I would go with this volume profile here. Either way, we're looking for a move down to around 63.4. And on Binance, we have not hit the VWAP yet. Bybit is hitting the VWAP, but let's see how we react here. Moving down to 63.4, I'll take out probably 20% profit, move my stop to break even, and then let the rest play out if it plays out. And then I can always compound that, guys. So the way to secure a win is I shorted up here. My stop is also above that high. If we come down here, I've already hit of six. I think it was a 7-to-1 or close to 7-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I pull out 20%. I move my stop to break even. Say we make a small bounce, reject from VWAP, and then dump. After grabbing some liquidity, we make a move up to back test that POC, I can re-add, I can compound the short here. So this gives me the peace of mind that I locked in some profits, move my stop loss to break even. Then if we lose it and bearishly back test it, that is when I can add, knowing that I've already secured profits and had a risk-free trade, all risks taken off the table. And that is when, if it back tests and, you know, you could get that big move down to your golden pocket at 62K to take out these lows. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Yeah, Alpha Sonic, much love to you, man. I mean, it's close now, but I have a wide stop trying to build it. Okay, yeah. Looking for a wave 3 into 4/5s. I'm not sure, Lil Rich, you have to give me a little bit more information on, you're looking for a wave 3 into some 4/5s. Are you talking about just the move down, internal move down throughout the day, or are you talking about some bigger time frame stuff? Yeah, guys, SpaceX IPO was today. And SpaceX IPO is going to pull some liquidity from the markets. But it's, wow, yeah, it's dumping hard. By the way, I do not trade IPOs like this, guys. I mean, you often see pumps and dumps on IPOs, right? There was a lot of people that had pre-allocations to this thing. And so I wouldn't be surprised. For me, what I like to do is I like to wait for a week or two to pass. Maybe we get some new lows and you can buy on some new lows here. But generally, I wait for a little bit of that opening chaos to stop, and then we can start doing some TA on this thing, right? But even on like the 5-minute chart, you see, what is this? Like a 1, 2, 1, 2. Here's your 3 here. Maybe we're going to get some 4, 5s, 4, 5s in here. Or maybe, I don't know. You know, this is the 5-minute chart. This is the first day of trading. So I'm not even really considering the SpaceX IPO right now, but it should be kind of nice to trade. All right. It's sometimes right. Much love to you, man. Your hype short zone got hit perfectly and continuing down. Yeah, thank you so much. Sometimes right. We actually did just cover hype. There is a possibility we could keep coming up to 67K. So just be careful there. Because yes, we did hit into that golden pocket, and actually we're starting to lose the golden pocket. That's a good thing, right? Like on the hourly chart, you can see hit into the golden pocket, you're starting to lose it. And now if we just did that TA there, if you pull a new golden pocket from the lows from Wednesday to the highs that we made today, our golden pocket coming in right around 56.4 to 56 is going to be where your pitchfork midline is, your pitchfork midline. So we could see something like this, and then a move up to 67 to grab liquidity into the larger golden pocket. And this area is really where I'm looking for a potential swing short. It would also give you that 3 zigzag correction, right? And we can do this. This is completely theoretical right now because we have not come down to this golden pocket. But let's say we're going to make that zigzag correction. So we can go from the lows to the highs, and then I'm going to put it right on this $56 low. Oops, what am I doing here? Gosh dang it. All right. Lows, highs, $56 low. Look at where your 1-to-1 would be, right in that purple box, right? So that would make perfect sense for that bigger zigzag correction. Take out liquidity. You kind of see that, you know, everyone's going to say left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulder is going to break up, but you're actually seeing a larger distribution. And I mean, on the daily time frame, we were seeing some bear divs. We were seeing, you know, a lot there. So, and you did break market structure bearishly, right? By taking out these lows, you've now broken higher time frame market structure bearishly. And remember, market structure is king. So looking at like the 8-hour time frame, right? We were making some within this zone in here from this low at $38. You were seeing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then you start to break market structure bearishly by taking out this low. First off, this low first, And then you broke even this low. So now that we've broken market structure bearishly, you have a higher probability to make a lower high around the golden pocket before starting a lower low. And so it makes sense to me that that $67 golden pocket where we have a naked daily point of control could be the area for a nice swing short. And it would also give you that proverbial distribution, you know, whether you're saying left shoulder, head, right shoulder in here, or you're saying tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, and then you're going to get the distribution to the downside. But yeah, internally, we talked about that 61K golden pocket yesterday where you could see a bit of a move down and come to 56. It is rejecting, but it's not the strongest looking rejection yet to me. And the fact that we wicked above a little bit and closed an hourly candle above is a bit concerning for me. You do have slight bear divs. Money flow is topping out, and you have some bear divs here with some money flow bear divs. But I would just be careful because what you often see when you break above the golden pocket like this is you'll see a break above, you'll actually flip it into support, and then you'll continue. So if you want to start to see hourly candles closing, right now we're at the bottom, and we just opened a new hourly candle at the bottom of the, at the 618, excuse me, but we do not, this hourly candle didn't close below. Actually, it closes in 2 minutes. Let's see if we get a close in 2 minutes here. So we didn't open. I'm sorry. I was looking at this as the time. I thought we had 59 minutes left. Mr. Roberth, thanks, man. You like my voice. Well, thank you for that. Robeth, much love to you. What's up to you as well? The only time it's a problem of being late when your girlfriend tells you during the time of the month. Yeah, exactly. Time attack. You don't want to do anything wrong during that time of the month, right? I mean, if your girlfriend is as emotional as mine is, you know, gosh. All right, let's see here. Chichon, divine, but how could it roll over from here without hitting any major fib extinction levels? What would be a, well, we did. If you're talking about Bitcoin, Chichon, we did hit a major, the minimum target on your fib extinction level, right? We did hit that. So in an ABC, I get what you're talking about. In an ABC, your most common target is the 1-to-1 to the 1.236, but the minimum target is the 0.618, and we did hit it. You can see yesterday we missed it by dollars, right? But now we've hit the minimum target, which is exactly at the value area high, and we even grabbed the weakened liquidity, which often gets taken out. So this actually could roll over here, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to hold my hype long through the weekend. I took 50% profits, but I'm still looking for higher chances to add. Yeah, I think we could keep going to 67 on hype, guys. Can you take a look at pump? Yes, we can look at pump. So the low from the 10th at 60.6, there's no chance we're having multiple 1-2s. Yes, there is still a chance that there's multiple 1-2s, right? Because this move down was corrective. And we knew that based off of the overlap between the lows and the highs here, right? Between this high. So that's corrective. There is a count here of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a contracting diagonal. But this, so far, this doesn't look very impulsive. But I know what you're talking about. You're talking about seeing something like this. A 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you get that big move up into 3. Yes, that is still possible. And here's what could happen. Your move up into 3 brings you to the top of the channel at like 67K, right? Let me do this. Or like to 66K, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or maybe like 3, something like this. Then you get your 4, 5, 4, 5, and you come up and you hit that 0.5 Fibonacci, and that could reject you at the 0.5, and that would still be valid for a larger corrective move, as long as you don't hit the golden pocket at 70K. But actually that wouldn't, you don't want to see an impulse here. If this is going to be an impulse, you want to see a corrective movement up on higher time frames, like on the 30-minute hourly. You want this entire structure to be corrective. But I see what you're saying here. You're looking at maybe a 1, 2, 1, 2. It's still valid. Maybe this is the low. and then we're going to double 1-2 impulse up to much higher targets. As long as it hasn't been invalidated, we do have to keep that as a scenario. Now, I would say to me that is far less likely of a scenario than this being a corrective move with another new low. But yes, we still have to keep that in mind. Yeah, XLM and pump, we'll do both of those. And then, guys, if you do want, ETH is currently also forming a 1-2 corrective move to the upside, creating a lower high, then make a B move to 1630 area, and then we'll start the C move to the final top side. Yeah, we'll look at ETH. We'll look at Solana. Let me start going into some of these coins here. Let's just do pump real quick. Pump USDT, Binance. I think this is pump.fun, right? Man, oof. You have your aggressive move down, and then now we're starting to channel in here. So at least you're starting to see a little bit of relief on that dumpage to the downside. Let's throw it to this guy here. Yeah, aggressive move down. You're starting to chop a little bit. You do have some bull divs on the daily time frame. 1, 2, and this is not a bull dip, but it's a bullish trigger wave. But to me, this looks like you might be forming some sort of triangle in here. And remember, a triangle is a continuation consolidation pattern. So, or this could even be an A, B, C where you're pushing up. As long as you don't break market structure bullishly, I wouldn't be looking to buy this yet. This could either be in here, a triangle forming, right? And let's pull our local golden pocket. Are we rejecting from our local golden pocket? Yeah, you're rejecting from that local golden pocket, right? So in a triangle, you will often reject from golden pockets. So you could be seeing some sort of triangle in here, which is a continuation pattern. And since we dumped coming into it, you would expect to dump coming out of it. Or this is going to be that A, B, C, where you take out this high and then roll over and continue. You want to break market structure bullishly, because right now we're not seeing any clear signs of a bullish market structure break at all. And then I would be looking at the sideways range, right? From this, where this aggressive impulse ends right here, sideways. So we're going to pull pretty much all of this. And you're below the value area low. So this is what's important here. You bounce from value area low, reject POC, bounce from value area low, reject POC, bounce from value area low, reject POC, dump through it with volume increasing on the dump to the downside. So now the market is saying now for the past, since December, for the past 6 months, the fair value of this asset has been in this zone of balance. It tried to hold the undervalued part, right? We tried to see buyers stepping in a few times and buying it at undervalued prices. But the market kept saying, well, once we get to fair value, we're going to sell that off. We're willing to buy it under price, but we're going to sell off once we get to fair value. So after playing that for a few weeks, you dump with the increased volume. Now the market is saying it's we're no longer pricing in undervalued price at this 001638. Then what do? After bouncing, you come up, you bearishly backtest that value area low, you're rejecting. And maybe this is a triangle that's going to continue to break down here. You're just consolidating underneath the value area low. So, and until you reclaim the value area low, you have to expect lower prices. And actually, I talk about this a lot on the channel, but when you do when you do lose a volume profile with high volume, and then you bearishly backtest it and you reject here, you actually expect to take out this low. It's a very high probability you take out this low. So it doesn't have to happen right away, but you're now have a much higher likelihood to take out that low. So let's watch for a triangle in here, A, B, C, D, E, breakdown, right? I would be expecting for this thing to continue pushing down. Also, if this is a move up here, volume is decreasing, and it's less likely that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Impulse to the upside because volume is decreasing here. So I would say you are likely to continue down, and you are rejecting from your lower high golden pocket. I mean, that if you would have shorted that exact golden pocket, that would have been a nice short. Shoot, even like, let's say you tried to short it right now. stop above the high, and then you target that low. Really, or, that's a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but I would probably be targeting the bottom of the triangle at first because you might see a triangle. Close to good risk management there, but I mean, for some, a 2.67 would be acceptable. And I do take sometimes a 2.5 risk to reward ratio. Let's see if we're seeing low time frame bear divs on this thing. No bear divs, no bear divs on the 1 hour. 15-minute, you are seeing bear divs coming into that golden pocket. You can see here, higher highs, lower highs, bear divs coming into the golden pocket, 3 drives of it. So yeah, you could see a rejection here and a move down. If you bounce from the VWAP, you're probably going to try to make another high, but it might just be like a double top high because we're going into the weekend, so we can expect rangy type price action. Let's do, what was it? XLM USD. Let's see if Coinbase charts. Yeah, Coinbase charts messed up. Well, real quick, I want to just zoom out on the Coinbase chart because my TA is on the Coinbase chart. But essentially on XLM, let me hide this channel for a second. We bounced from the bottom of the pitchfork, and you can see this, or this channel. We're looking at a major corrective channel here. So channel was pulled from that high to that lower high to that low, and we rejected the top of the channel. We worked our way all the way down to the bottom of the channel. We formed a range down here. We bounced from the bottom of the channel. We moved up to the midline, and we rejected from the midline and your previous range value, or your value area low of this range, and it was the value area low of your previous range. That is your previous range, excuse me. So you have an upper range in here, and now you're forming a new range in here. You were forming a new range in there. So what happens is when you hold support, you make a move up to try to get in back inside of this upper volume profile. Well, you can see we tried to get back inside. We just wicked. We rejected from the POC. So when we got to fair value, the market sold off. When you got to your POC, your fair value, the market sold off aggressively. And then you lost and you started closing daily candles below the value area low. So pretty much a failed attempt. Oops, what did I just do? Pretty much a failed attempt to get back inside your previous zone of balance, this upper zone of balance. So now that we're rejecting here, what I will say is this does look impulsive here, right? This entire move here looks impulsive. So now we can zoom in and we can look at, okay, that looks impulsive. This didn't give us much of a bounce, guys. That was a naked daily, naked weekly, and probably a local golden pocket or something, nothing there. So we didn't get that. But because this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe impulsive, or it could be a bigger, A, B, C, we can pull a golden pocket from the low of the impulse or the move up to the high of the move up. We want to put that on log scale because that was a big aggressive move. And you're coming down essentially right now to your golden pocket. You can see golden pocket touched, you still got a lower high. So this is the second time we're hitting into the golden pocket. The first time we didn't hit the 618, now we are. But because we already bounced in the golden pocket and made a lower high, we're probably not going to see much of a bounce here, guys, unfortunately. Yes, it is your golden pocket. Yes, it could hold. Okay, now I want to go on to a different chart because we need more info. So USDT, we'll go to the Binance chart. Yeah, and now that we are, and also look at this. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, technically, you did make a new low here. So we could see a 5-wave move done with, right? You did make a new low here, 5-wave move done with. So you do have a valid impulse down. Now, if the golden pocket is going to hold, our logarithmic golden pocket, if it is going to hold, because we are at the big support level, then we would look for another move up to around this golden pocket. Let's throw on some levels. We have a daily level around 2122. We have a weekly level, $25.99. Let's get rid of that one. These are really old, guys. And we have a weekly level of support down here. I'm not going to mark that out quite yet. This giant, imbalance that was created is now getting filled, right? And we can look at that weekly fair value gap. You just hit the halfway point of the fair value gap at your golden pocket. And that's why this line is here. It's a halfway point of the fair value gap. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not. This is the halfway point of the fair value gap. You can see that little line. I don't know if you guys can see that. That little line right here. But you're starting to fill your fair value gap. You're at your golden pocket. That's why you're finding a little bit of support here. You're at a macro golden pocket from the lows to the highs. Yeah, and I do like here how volume is decreasing on this move to the downside. So maybe this golden pocket is going to hold because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now maybe we're going to get a move up, even if it's going to be a move up to this golden pocket before seeing another move down. And what I would do is pull your volume profile of this lower range in here. And if you make it down to your value area high at 1720, that is also going to be where your 786 fib is located, close by that. And then we can even pull a volume profile of everything after that October dump. Like that kind of reset the market, right? So we can pull that volume profile of everything after that October dump. You're back inside your value area. You might see a move down all the way back down to the POC. But for now, you are kind of at a support level. Are we seeing bull divs? We're seeing bull divs on the 8-hour on NAMI, but you're not seeing it on Market Cipher. Let's go to the daily time frame. Are we seeing daily bull divs? No daily bull divs. Money flow crossing into the red, topping out on Market Cipher. If we get another bounce from here, it's probably not going to be much. You can see money flow starting to come out again on Market Cipher. No 4-hour bull divs. No 4-hour bull divs between these two lows. So I wouldn't expect much, actually. I would not expect much on this move up here. What we can start to look at, though, is once again, you have that aggressive move down, and then now we're starting to kind of starting to see some selling exhaustion. So we can throw on our channel here. And we can look at that selling exhaustion. Just maybe moving down to the bottom of the channel would give you a move down to that POC. I wouldn't be looking to long this yet. We don't have much confirmation for the longs. You are at your golden pocket support. Now, if you would have longed the reclaim of this low, I would stay in that long. Or even this SFP right here, I would stay in that. But as far as very low time frame, we can pull the volume of the channel, right? You have your aggressive move down. Once that ends, you can start to pull this. Actually, we'll pull it from the bottom there. And yeah, you're below the value area low. You can see you're starting to lose your value area low. If you do not get back inside your volume profile really quickly, you're probably going to see a move to flush all of this. So if we do this you can see we already rejected here. If you reject again, you're probably going to see a move down to flush that. Okay, let's see here. ETH, we'll go through ETH. Now, I guess ETH we'll go to the Coinbase chart for a second. And then we'll move to a different chart. Pretty much ETH, guys, we came down to a 5-year long support level. Our point of control, there was also a weekly level there. Not a naked weekly, a weekly. We had a weekly level and our point of control we're bouncing, but you can see we're having trouble getting back inside of our pitchfork. And this pitchfork was a very important pitchfork. We were chopping. We rejected from the high of the pitchfork, by the way, formed distribution up here. The upper band was holding for a while. We lost it. We bearishly backtested it, rejected it, came down to the midline. The midline was holding for a bit. You lost it. You were chopping and forming a range in and around the lower pitchfork band, which is very common. You rejected, you lost it. You even, you lost it and you're down here. So essentially we want to see this consolidate for a bit and we want to get back inside the pitchfork. But right now we're struggling to get back inside of our pitchfork, which is not a good sign. And then look at also on this move up, volume is decreasing. No bull divs on the daily time frame. No bull divs on the daily time frame. Money flow leaving on NAMI again on the daily time frame. Market cipher, money flow leaving again on the daily time frame. Rejecting from trying to get back inside of the pitchfork. Yeah, unfortunately, the big thing with Ethereum is we front ran a local golden pocket down here, and I'll show you that once we get onto the other chart, but we might be coming down to the value area low at 1438, guys. We might be coming down there. Let's go now to the Bybit chart where we have some fresher perspective. I've been doing my TA on this for the past few days because of Coinbase problems. Another thing, guys, volume decreasing on this move to the upside, making it like more likely to be a corrective move. But let me see. What did you say about this? ETH is also currently forming a 1-2 corrective move to the upside. Yeah, like an ABC to the upside, creating a lower high and then make a B move to 1630. Yeah, 1630. Let's see here. Oh, I think you might even be talking much lower time frames. Yeah, I do think overall that this is a corrective move that's going to dump us, but money flow on the 4-hour is still curving up on market cipher, and you don't have bear divs because you didn't take out the weekend high yet. So Bitcoin today came up and took out that weekend high. We have not taken out that weekend high yet on Ethereum. But the big thing that we did on Ethereum is we front ran our golden pocket 786, right? If this was going to be an A, B, C, you would really want to come down and hit that golden pocket. Now this weekly is an old weekly, but it was, it was from 5 years or a couple years ago. The better level to me was that naked weekly and our 786 down here. Now, could we be seeing something like this? An A, we're getting a flat and a B, and then you're going to get a C like this, right? So the B wave could just be a flat that's forming. Let's see if we actually hit our minimum target for a flat yet. So if we go from the highs to the lows here, and you 0.9, so I can already tell you right now we haven't hit it because we haven't even hit the 886. Because if this is going to be an A, B flat, you're either going to reject from the 0.9 or you're going to take out the highs, and then you want to see a C wave to take out those A wave lows, essentially into your golden pocket. And then you would see a C wave, right? A, B flat, C. But we are still inside the volume profile. You can see on Wednesday, we bounced from the value area low. We grabbed local liquidity, bounced from value area low. It's probably just going to continue to chop within this volume profile over the weekend. But if you start to lose, you were starting to lose the POC now. You can see lost it, back tested it earlier today, and we're starting to kind of lose it. So we might see a move down even. And another thing is this looks like a 3-wave corrective move here to make a lower high. And so there is a possibility we could come down. This definitely looks corrective though. So much choppy overlap. There's overlap between the lows and the highs in here. And then this looks impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have an impulse here. You have a correction here. This does not look impulsive yet, but if what we could be seeing is a larger correction in a B wave before seeing that set third impulse in a C wave. So just in pretty much in the range to continue to extend a little bit longer. Meaning though, because this was impulsive and this is corrective, meaning we do have some long opportunities from these support levels. If we come down to these support levels, we do have some long opportunities. And once again, if we make a new low, like say we do something like this, we would have to change this 1-to-1 because the 1-to-1 right now is pulled from this low, you know, something like that. But if we come down here, we can re-pull that trend-based Fibonacci extinction. And then let's just put it on the golden pocket. You could see the 1-to-1 would just lower it a little bit, but you're still near that naked daily point of control. Larger time frame perspective is we lost the value area low, and we are forming a corrective range below the value area low. You can see of the past 4 months, this channel that we broke down from, which I can delete that now. That channel that we broke down from, we're losing the value area low. We're bouncing from a larger 5-year long range POC, but as long as you're below this, what is that, $1,900 mark, you're likely to continue down to make new lows. Unfortunately, yeah, and we could even say like this is like a 1-2, 1-2, and then this is the start of your third wave. Then you need a 4, 5, 4, 5. You need a couple 4 5s in here to finish that. So it looks like an incomplete impulse, just like on Bitcoin. All right, so we did hype, we did Ethereum, Solana here. Now I'm on the Coinbase chart, but let's look at now. Very similar, guys. We bounced from a daily level at $61. That's why the top of this box, purple or green box, was there. Then we, then we came up to the 382 Fibonacci. We rejected the 382. Then we came down to your local higher low golden pocket and bounced. So we were expecting new highs. And if you remember yesterday's live stream, I said this happens a lot in an ABC correction. You come up to the 382 in an A wave, you reject, you come down to golden pocket in your B wave, and then your C wave often comes up to the 0.5 and rejects the 0.5 before rolling over and making new lows. And it looks like we are seeing that process play out pretty nicely in here. I will say this, volume decreasing as you're forming this corrective channel. We can look at now forming, and remember what I talked about with parallel channels. When you form a low and then a higher low at the golden pocket, you can pull a channel. So you're going to pull that channel from the low to the higher low golden pocket and bring it up to that first A wave high, and there is your channel. Now you can see that we are, let me just move this over and then hide it. You can see that we are flipping the channel midline to support and pushing up with decent volume here. You do have to be careful for an SFP because right now we are attempting to SFP the highs, right? You can see we SFP the highs. If we start to close 15-minute candles below it, we might see a move down. But to me, it's less likely. To me, it's more likely that we are going to go up to that 0.5 Fibonacci. And your 1-to-1 trend-based Fibonacci extinction. So you can see here, your 1-to-1 is going to be at the top of the channel. And then if we're looking at that 0.5 Fibonacci, and we're going to put that on log scale because it's more than it's about a 30% dump. I think it was 28%. No, what am I doing? I mean, come on, guys. Look at that. Like 1-to-1, 0.5 Fibonacci at the top of your channel. You bounce, you know, you flip the midline. You have a very high likelihood to continue up to around 70.6, 70.7. But I would really be looking strongly here for a potential rejection. down to 58. And at 58, we have a naked monthly point of control. And also within your move down from the top, we grabbed liquidity from the top of the range right into your pitchfork band. This is a bit difficult to count in here because you don't really have a decent wave 2, but we could say something like a wave 1, or all of this was a wave 1, and then you get like some sort of running flat in here. Actually, I think I counted like this. Wave 1 here, running flat for a wave 2, and then a 3, right? And then you have that triangle in here on low time frames. So now the 3 is done. We're in a 4, and then you need a 5 overall to finish this impulse to the downside. But it doesn't look like the impulse from 97 or 98, let's say, is done. I will set an alert right now at that 1-to-1. Let's make it a little bit lower. So we can look for shorts here. I'll set an alert there if that goes off over the weekend or, you know, tonight sometime, and I will try to do my best to let you guys know in the Telegram. Another thing is we are even now creating some bear divs with this SFP that we just had. We're creating some bear divs on the 2-hour money flow bear divs. We might not even make it up there. Your minimum target, remember, is the 618. So let's see if we hit that 618. Yeah, you did. So technically, this could be a double top high, and we could roll down from here. It's less likely, in my opinion. It's more likely we do make it up to 70.7. But you are attempting right now to SFP the high. It's not really rejecting, though. Actually, on the lower time frames, you're breaking above and trying to flip it to support. So I would say that we're more likely to continue up. Let me just check the other. Oh, shit. Okay. Coinbase, man. Coinbase is messing with me. But still, you still SFP the highs. You are getting a valid SFP here. Dang. SFP the high. Remember, you still have that 70.7. We could pull that channel on this one as well. And then another thing is, look at, you SFP the highs, and you're back inside the volume profile. So if you lose this low right here, that's a bad sign. You do not want to break market structure bearishly. So you do not want to take out 65.95. But let's throw that channel on. Yeah, coming to the top of the channel, the 1-to-1. Actually, we laid this out yesterday. Okay, we already laid this out yesterday, guys. I just did review. I'm sorry for those of you that were here yesterday. More review. And then, of course, your 1.236 is at the back test of the pitchfork that you lost. A very, very important pitchfork that you lost. So either way, this looks like a corrective move to me. And look at that, by the way. End it. Volume in this move here, up. Volume decreasing during the entire move until you SFP the highs. Oftentimes, corrective moves end on a high amount in volume. So with that huge spike in volume on the SFP, this thing absolutely could roll over from here. Let's make sure, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and let's turn on that naked monthly. I know on Coinbase for sure we have a naked monthly point of control at 58. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't go back that far anymore. Our indicator only goes back to here as far as time. But I know for a fact we have a naked monthly point of control from that range because I've had it marked on the charts for over a year now, probably 2 years now on that Coinbase chart, which is my main primary chart for my charting, Coinbase. But you can see the once again, guys, the bearish pitchfork. You know, you lost the midline, flipped it to resistance. You came down to the bottom. You were holding the bottom, but you rejected from the lower band. Now we're losing the pitchfork. So even if we move up to 72.8, this is likely to be a corrective move before making another low. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't the case. I have a lot of spot Solana. I wish it wasn't the case, but and you're far below your value area low. Dumped, breaking the range with high volume. Okay, let me scroll to the bottom of the chat. Let me see how you guys are doing. Going into the weekend short, let's see some 61.9 and 60.7K TP areas. Yeah, I would like to see those two. Time attack, those are my exact two TP levels, right? I mean, first we got to lose the POC. Let me just, I should be concentrating more on this since I'm in a short here. Yeah, good. Starting to lose VWAP, good. And so yeah, that's 60.7 or 62 to 61.9 is the first TP area. Golden pocket at the bottom of the channel. And then the next area, 60.7 to 60.6, right? Naked daily point of control, or an SFP into a naked daily point of control. Absolutely. The one other level that we could pay attention to time attack is this little guy in here, your 786 value area low. 60.4-ish, or 61.4, excuse me. That is also kind of a support level. But we would have to be careful because we would be losing our channel. So if we do come down and bounce from here, we might only do something like this and then continue down. Okay. Yeah, awesome time attack. Well, I love having time attack confluence. Let's see. Not a very strong rejection for an SFP here on Sol. Higher is much probable. Yeah, so far it's not looking the best. I mean, that's a decent SFP actually. I mean, that's a decent reaction in my opinion. Like 1 hour time frame, that's a decent reaction. But until we break market structure, because look we haven't even broken this low yet. So until we break market structure bearishly, yes, your bias does have to be that we probably could come up to 70.8 or 72.8. Oh, 61.4 is also a daily level. That's right. Thank you for letting me know that. I will mark that out on the charts right now. Yeah, very, very nice daily level as well. So 61.4 is actually, in my opinion, a better support level than the golden pocket at 62. But you would be losing your channel. Now, could it be a fake out? Get right back in. Yes, we do see fake outs in the market. So, but very nice confluence. 786 value area low, daily level. And let's think in terms of volume profile trading, by the way, guys. What do you expect in a volume profile? If you reject value area high and then you lose POC, you expect to rotate down to value area low. Full rotation of the volume profile. So you would expect that dump down to 61.4, 61.5-ish, right? Thank you for that. They call me the king. Mark Dutch, good evening from Ravenna. Good evening, Mark Dutch. I hope you're enjoying your time over there. You have anything fun planned for the weekend, Mark? Yeah, we'll look at Lab. If there's any other altcoins I missed, let me know in the chat, guys. Okay, Tommy, God bless you as well, man. I hope you have a good weekend. His IPO will crash everything in 3 weeks. The AI bubble will pop soon. Okay. Yeah, Turbo. Okay, John, we'll do Turbo. And then we will look at, what was that other one? I just saw it. Lab. Turbo and Lab. Okay. Turbo USD. Now, I usually use the Coinbase chart, but Coinbase is effing up again. I'll just do my higher analysis on this, and then we can go into the lower. But you're essentially grabbing the liquidity from those range lows and flipping it into resistance here. That's not looking very good. And honestly, it looks like a triangle's forming in here. So let me go to the USDT chart. Binance chart. Yeah, and we're at the bottom of your pitchfork band, but I would suggest, and remember, John, I said that we probably are going to test the bottom of the band or even drop to the bottom of the pitchfork. What we're seeing, it looks like, let's go to the 4-hour chart. It looks like we could be seeing some sort of triangle form in here. And remember, a triangle is a continuation consolidation pattern, but it does look like we could be forming some sort of triangle in here. If not, we're likely in a corrective move. You don't have bull divs because this was a higher low here. But we still could probably, it's either going to be a triangle A, B, C, D, E, and then dump, or this is going to end up being like a zigzag corrective move where you're likely to dump after that zigzag corrective move. But you can pull your volume profile. This is the range that we want to pay attention to, right? That sideways range. You've lost the value area low of the range. Let's look at our 1-to-1 trend-based Fibonacci extinction. If I can, there we go. So that is coming up, 00924, 00955. You have a daily level that's up a little bit higher than the value area low. I don't really like that. Weekly level. Weekly money flows leaving. Now you could develop some bull divs on the weekly, but they're not confirmed yet. Actually, NAMI does have them confirmed. So look at from this low to this low, you have some bull divs already confirmed. Now, if this prints a green dot and starts to roll over, it hasn't quite yet. We need this week to close green. It doesn't look like it's going to, but you could form a second drive of bull divs on the weekly, meaning that we're getting close to a bottom on turbo. But what I would be looking for is essentially a move to the bottom of the pitchfork band, right? Because you didn't make it to the bottom of the pitchfork band again. 0074-ish, 75-ish, right? So that's what I personally would be looking for. Or a move into this box. That's your wave 5 target. Remember, we were looking for that overall 5th and final wave to the downside on higher time frames. No, that's not really relevant anymore because we made some new highs. But like, let's just look at you rejected from the midline. You've now come down to the band. You need to bounce from this band, or you're gonna probably come down to the bottom of the pitchfork. But you oftentimes will form chop in and around the bands for weeks. And so there's possible that we could form chop in here for weeks. And really what I would be just paying attention to is your local range here, right? Rejecting value area high. You're losing POC and back testing it right now. If you reject right now from VWAP and POC, I would expect to move down at least to value area low. That's probably going to be around your golden pocket. Yeah, pretty much right around. So your local support level, very, very local support level for like weakened choppiness would be that right there. You might even have a POC in there. Nah, no POCs in there, at least. Okay, yeah, nothing much, but you have to be patient on this, John, because it's likely that this is going to be a corrective move. You could come a little bit higher, but it's likely this is corrective. On lower time frames, you would want to see that accumulation forming. Tap one in here, maybe you get a move up, then you get a move down. Tap two, chop a bit, something, tap two, tap three, something like that. You want to see some accumulation forming. Darren does things. Much love, man. It's good to see you in here. And Darksby19, much love to you as well. We can have very volatile next week. We have the first FOMC of the new guy. Yes, we do. Okay. I don't think they're going to raise rates though, guys. I think this guy wants to keep rates low for Trump. JRNPTS, much love to you, dude. Or JRPTRNTS, much love. Okay, we did Turbo. Let's do Lab real quick. Lab USDT. Nice. Dang, I don't know what this is, but it was pumping. She's a pumping. Honestly, there's not too much we can look at on this, but I will tell you, you are starting to confirm bear divs on the daily, money flow draining out. Money flow bear divs on the daily. So you might see a bit of a pullback from here, but this clearly looks impulsive in here. You would have to like zoom in maybe from this low, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You get your third wave either to this high or this high, probably that high. Yeah, because your volume is increasing still. So you're 3, and then this is a 4, 5. You probably need 4, 5, 4, 5. You get that selling exhaustion, or yeah, buying exhaustion that comes in up here. And then it would give you some multiple chances of some bear divs, right? And then this thing could really take a dumperoni and cheese. I don't like to use that first listing there, but this is your lower range in here. You have a lower range. Clearly, you broke out of the range with high volume. And I don't like to use the listing lows. So for our pitchfork, for our bullish pitchfork, we could go. Unfortunately, we are probably not going to have one just because this has been so aggressive here. Actually, let's do this. Jeez. Let's go to our 4 and our 4.618. Yeah, you're coming up and kind of rejecting from that 4.618 fib extinction target. I've seen Dogecoin hit the 7.618 or 6.618. It was almost a 7-to-1 target for a third wave. That was around the Saturday Night Live stuff. But essentially you keep pumping, you making corrective moves, you keep pumping. So right now on the daily time frame, this looks like a potential corrective move, and then you come up, but you want to take out this lower high right in here. Ooh, and the wick is not good to see. Actually, you're probably going to take out that wick there before you go up, like overall up. But I wonder if, yeah, they all have it. Now, Blowfin did take out the wick. Okay, that's why you're getting an SFP of that wick on Blowfin. MEXC did not take out the wick. And generally you like to see where all the exchanges get in on the action. Honestly, this is a bit of a tough one to trade. You had a previous range in here. You broke out of that range. And then now we're forming what looks like could be a corrective move down, but you might come down to backtest this value area high. Essentially, though, you're bouncing from previous highs, right? You have your previous high in here. So you're bouncing from previous highs. And so it just looks like this might continue up. But money flow, at least on the 2 hour, looks a bit bearish. We did have those daily bear divs, so those daily bear divs could give you a little bit of a move down. Yeah, money flow doesn't look the best here. And I just would like to take out that low at 638.5. I know that Blowfin did. Honestly, it kind of messes it up because you could be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some sort of contracting diagonal in here as an A wave, and then you get a move up in a B, and then you get another impulse or motive wave in a C. That would give you your larger time frame correction on the daily time frame before continuing. But that wick, I mean, I don't know if you want to count that. You know, that just shows low. I mean, this thing's low liquidity. Look at these wicks all over the place, low liquidity. So I would be careful trading this thing, but and I also wouldn't be buying after a huge ass pump like this. That's for sure. I wouldn't be buying this. I would be waiting for a significant correction on this. Yeah, I would be waiting for a correction to around golden pocket, like 92 cents to 77 cents. Or at least down into like some liquidity at these lows. Maybe this is going to be like your left shoulder, your head, and then you're going to come down, grab some liquidity, move up, and start to see kind of a distribution type pattern up here. But there's not much to look at. Yeah, you have a naked weekly here at 426.8. And then your main naked weekly is going to be right around that golden pocket, right? So that's like the big support down here. And then you have that naked daily right under these lows. And it's coming close to your value area low of your previous range. So very locally, I would like to see a move down. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but to 578.8. Okay, let's see here. It changes the math, so they have to unwind it. How can we differentiate between a break of structure and a divergence? If it creates a lower high, that can trigger a divergence too, correct? If you're talking about bearish divergences, no. So like if you're looking at momentum waves, right? And let me just go to the Bitcoin chart here. With a break of structure, like right now, technically we SFP'd that high. We've broken market structure bullishly, right? Because we put in our low, we have our high, we have our higher low, and now we have a higher high. So technically we have just gotten a bullish market structure shift from downtrend into a possible uptrend. But when you see like a break in market structure like this, and you have bear divs between these highs, it could just be a fake out before continuing the overall bigger trend. Now, in a bear div, what you want to see is and Nami is showing this, but Market Cipher is not. You want to be making higher highs on the price action. So we are doing that, right? We are making higher highs on the price action. You want to be making lower highs on the momentum waves between those two highs. So you can see this high, put in this momentum wave. This higher high put in a lower momentum wave. So we have bear divs on NAMI on the 4-hour chart. Market Cipher, on the other hand, this thing is higher, so it doesn't have bear divs. By the way, guys, we're coming down to that POC. It's the value area high on Bybit, but it's the POC on Coinbase. And this is an area where I potentially will take some profit on that short. So my short that I got into earlier, and I let you guys know about that, was the Golden Pocket retracement short. As soon as we lost the 618, I shorted. My stop is above that Golden Pocket wick. Turn this off. So shorted here, stop above the wick. And I was targeting around that 63.3, you know, coming down to the Coinbase POC is what I would like to see, because it would take out that low from earlier today off the SFP. So if you missed the SFP, the rejection from the lower high Golden Pocket was the area to look. And you could be just getting a corrective move here. And then you could continue this thing up. So that's why I'm looking for a TP around 63.4. Now, Coinbase is screwing up, right? The chart is screwed up. So we're looking at the Bybit chart here, and you can see we are dumping close to that 63.4. So it's like 63.3, 63.4. And I'm looking at this just potentially being a 3-wave corrective move before continuing up. But we do have to watch out for it, because we SFP'd weekend highs. We SFP'd the weekend highs. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can come down and we can hit that 61.4. That is a very good level. Let's see where Coinbase or Bybit levels are. Yeah, see, I don't like the Bybit volume profile near as much as the Coinbase one. So on Coinbase, let me go to the hourly chart. On Coinbase, we have that SFP of the weekend high. If we lose the POC, you can expect a rotation down towards the value area low, right? So we have a daily level down there, we have our 786 down there, and we have our value area low down there at 71 or 61.5-ish, let's say. Now at 62K, you have the bottom of your channel with your Golden Pocket and some liquidity, right? You have this liquidity. Oops, let me turn this on. You have this liquidity into your Golden Pocket. So could we see something like this rotate down, grab liquidity, Golden Pocket, and start to make another move up? Yes, you could. It's tough, guys. If we're looking at the ABC correction, this being a smaller fractalized version of what happened on the daily time frame, and I showed you this earlier in the stream, but remember this ABC dump. Something like let me shrink this sucker. Gosh, this chart is getting messy. I'm sorry, guys. This chart is horribly, horribly messy. Right? Something very similar we're looking at. You see that same kind of grindy corrective price action in here. So could we make it up to the top of the channel in the 1-to-1? Yes, we could, but your minimum target being that 618 has been tapped at the value area high. So in an ABC correction or WXY correction, in a zigzag correction, your minimum target has been tapped at the 618. You've grabbed liquidity of the highs of your A wave or your X wave, which is also kind of a requirement. And if we do start to roll over here and take out the lows, I wouldn't be surprised. It's less likely to me. What's more likely is we are going to continue pushing up towards that $66,000 bigger resistance box. And that resistance is the main resistance to me. Guys, please do hit the like button. If you get any sort of insight into the market from this live stream, please hit the like button for me. Let's see if we can't make it to 100 likes today or 80 likes today. That would be really cool. Dr. X, did you discuss ETH already? Yeah, we did, but ETH also, I don't like, so a couple things about Ethereum is I don't like how we didn't come down to this golden pocket in here. If we lose this POC, like today we lost it, back tested it, and we're kind of rejecting down here. I wanted to see a move, something like this as well, right? But I wanted this move to come down to to golden pocket, or I wanted it to come down even better to 786 naked weekly point of control before seeing a move up. Now, could we be seeing still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this whole thing being some sort of flat in here for a B wave, and then we get another move up in a C wave? Yeah, we could. You know, meaning this range is going to extend longer. But you have this range in here, and then you could even just look at, after this impulse completed, you could just look at this micro range right in here, and you're rejecting the value area high and losing the POC. So maybe you're going to see a move down to value area low at 1642. There's a trade setup. I was thinking to short, but since ETH is dumping on low time frames, I better hold on my horses. Okay, wait. Trade setup. I was thinking to short, but since ETH is dumping on the, so wait, if you want to short, then yeah, if it's dumping, that's a good thing. You're losing your VWAP. It's barely moving. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't know what's going on with Coinbase here, but even on Bybit, it's barely moving. I mean, it's weak in price action already. To me, a decent short would have been the rejection from the value area high. And even today, I don't like how you didn't SFP Thursday's highs. I would have liked to see an SFP here. And that SFP would have given you some nice bear divs on the chart. Essentially, the only trades I'm interested in, if you do come down, this is an old weekly, by the way. This has been tapped. This is from years ago that we tapped into on this dump right here. But I'm still keeping it on the chart. You can see that weekly is from April of 2025. And that golden pocket retracement is right on the weekly. And then the 786 retracement is right where this naked weekly POC is. But I mean, on Ethereum, it looks like, and let's zoom into the 2-day time frame. It just looks like you have some 1-2s in here, because you have overlap between these lows and these highs. So do you have some like 1-2s, 1-2s? This is your big 3. Here's a 4. Here's a 5. So are we going to get another 4 before seeing another 5 and to finish it, right? But you could see a move up in the next coming weeks up to $1,800 or $1,900. Lower time frame, kind of, I'm not even really interested in anything in this. But yeah, you kind of are overall rejecting that POC and golden pocket for the past couple of days. You're finding resistance there. And you did remember a lot of the time now we're wicking past the golden pocket to hit that 702 702 pocket. So no, NAMI is not free. It's not a free oscillator, but I do have a discount code. So it is a paid indicator. But if you click the affiliate link in the description below, and when you're checking out on their website, if you use Divine50 in the discount promotion code box, you can get 50% off the lifetime subscription. So I think, yeah, $750 for life with my 50% discount. To me, Cisco, both Market Cipher and NAMI are tools to help me be better at my trade, right? If you're a plumber, you invest in the proper tools to help you become successful at that trade. If you're an electrician, you have the proper tools to help you become an expert in the field and get the job done better. So for me, I bought Market Cipher full price. I think it was like $1,600. I think I bought it in like 2019 or 2018. To me, it's worth the investment, right? You might be paying a lot up front, but the trades they help you get into and win from it, the profit will eventually pay for itself. Now, if you have a smaller account, that may take some time. But to me, you having the proper tools that can give you better results in your job, your field, is worth it to me. So that's the way I look at it. Plumbers are overrated. Man, Mark, I don't know, man. I think if plumbers went away, we would be in a shitstorm, a literal shitstorm. Anyways, guys, I've been streaming for 2 hours and I have some stuff to do this afternoon. I have an appointment in 2 hours and I have to get some things ready. So I'm going to get going. Please, you guys have a good weekend. Trade safe out there. Remember, on Bitcoin, we're pretty much coming down to a local support level. I am looking to take some profit on my short. Now, this was a micro scalp short trade, right? Because I missed the SFP this morning. I was busy this morning. I missed the SFP, but what I'm essentially looking at is I am short, like pretty much from the back test of the golden pocket. I think I had like a 0.145 risk to reward ratio or something like this. So it was close to a 7 for me. My risk management was close to a 7. So I'm going to pull out, and actually we'll probably just do it right now when I end the stream. I'm going to take some profit, probably 25 to 50% profit on this short trade, move my stop to break even, and then that way if it bounces and I get stopped out, oh well. If it doesn't and it keeps dropping, I can look to compound it. If it drops through, I can look to compound it on the back test of this and then look to bring it down lower. But essentially this was a micro scalp that I got into today. It's playing out very nicely. And yeah, like I let you guys know in the Telegram as I was taking that short I said, first off, I said, your opportunity is when we reject from the lower high golden pocket. I let you guys know that about a half an hour before. When we did reject, I let you guys know I was entering the short. And now I'm letting you know that I'm about to take some profit and move my stop loss to break even. Thank you, mods, for all that you do. I really appreciate you. Mark Dutch, Time Attack, R Pink. Thank you all for like always being here, always helping the chat be, clean and everything. Guys, please use good risk management over the weekend. If you want updates over the weekend, remember to join the Telegram because I will update you guys over the weekend on any trades I'm interested in. By the way, gold did get that perfect bounce, that corrective move. I mean, I shorted until we hit the naked monthly point of control. I took profit completely on my short at that naked monthly point of control and that 1.236 Fibonacci extinction. But gold is coming up in an impulse, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more high. I'm looking potentially to short gold though. And look at, we bounced from the 382 for your wave 4. And I actually took a scalp long on that 382 at 41.72. So essentially this 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we need one more high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I took profit on the short exactly at 40.76. And I'm looking for a 3-wave corrective move before potentially continuing down. But thank you guys. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next time.